Okay, just so I don't turn out to be a total lazy ass on this one. This was a point that I had made. I think I posted a picture of it. Originally, I wanted to do an atlatl. Um, Blade's pretty thin, and I'm not an apper. This was like one of the better ones I've ever done, but I did kind of have some issues, and I ended up making it kind of thick on one side with a heavy taper or a real shallow taper. Anyway, it's more knife-like, even though it's only about 2 inches long. It's pretty. It's extremely sharp. It's very knife-like. Uh, I wanted to put this on an antler, and I have a, a, a spike from a buck I shot years ago, and I actually was going to put this on that little spike handle. I've never done anything with it. I've had it for years and years and never done. I thought that would be kind of cool. It was my first little buck, and he only had one point, and I thought that would be cool to put it together with the first point that I made, or first blade that I made. So let's do a quick demonstration of it. Cutting, I have a buffalo gourd that I scavenged while I was in Colorado. They were growing everywhere. They're not dry yet. They're still green, but I took one and I cut it and filled it with salt, and it's now dry. And it worked out real well, like a container. And I had cut the top out of the other one, so it was like a little glass. This one I'm gonna do like two little bowls, so just to show the blade that I made working. Let's And I had no practice, so I don't. I'm assuming it's going to cut pretty good. It's cutting good, not as good as I would like for it to, but it ain't bad. Now I got it scored all the way around. I'm going to come back in and this is some tough stuff. All right, there we go. Oh, my blade looks like it held up. It may have. It did. It popped out a tiny little chip, but that was really some tough stuff, and that can be resharpened. On the inside of this is edible seeds. They're really high in protein and fat, so we'll harvest those out of there. Oh, okay. We are doing good. All right, there's a little handful of seed, or a little handful, more like a little mouthful. There we go. Now we got a little container. So I can let that dry out. And it's a gourd, so it's going to be a hard shell. It's just about there now. Actually, if I would have let it go a little longer, it would have probably been almost too hard to cut with this. Here's some more seeds on this other side. So get some yummy seeds to roast up. The leaves of the buffalo gourd, if you're not familiar with it, put off a really nasty smell. Like some people describe it as dead meat. I guess got a seat on the couch. I'm gonna be dead meat. I don't get that picked up. There we go. Same thing. So now we have 2 small containers. Each one will hold about, looks like probably about an ounce, so I can make some tallow, beeswax, balms. I wouldn't really use it for a candle or anything because it would probably end up catching on fire, but there we go. And then of course we got the seeds, which I'm not going to eat. I'm going to dry these out. I'm going to try to get these to grow here because they are a good source of fat and protein, and that's hard to find in vegetation. Alright, so there's my little blade, my half completed knife, but hey, it still cuts. Alright, thanks.